getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. To throw right away is Howell. Caught out left side by Robinson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Packers, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Howell throwing on first down here. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once more, Gibson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Thomas. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They run the jet sweep. Dotson. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Robinson will take this one in. Touchdown, Washington. It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And they will only muster a yard here into the 38.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers buying time to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. Touchdown, Packers. Sammy Watkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They had that 14-0 lead, but that has evaporated as they go to work here, 1st and 10. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Six yards left on 2nd down. 2nd down, Howell back to pass. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 13 yards there and a Washington 1st.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
And this one is incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packersons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Packers have taken the lead.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From just shy of midfield, Powell escaping the pressure right. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing the colleges deliver to the NFL.
23 yards on the play.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A handoff for Gibson. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now they go play action with Howell. Flushed out right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Sly able to put this one through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. First and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 25-yard line. Off play action. It's Howell. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A huge play there for Washington. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Howell's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Powell now to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. Sly able to put this one through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw is Rodgers. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And some room to work. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's a give to Gibson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Powell out of the shotgun. Eluding the pressure right. Back to Gibson, and another catch for him. And he is going to lose yardage here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Well, he was trying to make something happen there outside of the pocket, but ultimately what did happen was a loss of yardage.
Yeah, he held on to it for a long time, didn't he? As you talked about trying to make something happen, hoping something would come open, but it didn't. Ends up shoveling it off, ends up going for negative play.
Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. steps away to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Sly able to put this one through, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, magical spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. This one left side caught by Gibson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Howell. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the counter, here's Jones. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Now Rodgers. He's got a man, complete. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll roll him out right. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Now Gibson. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 44. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. give them the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure. Gibson gets hit and he fumbles it. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Back to throw, Howell. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Tressway now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident. Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
47, 88, 87. Under 10.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Powell to the air on 1st and 10.
Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Forced out to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on.
He's got a man, complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 44 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. Jones is in. Touchdown, Packers. So that's now 10 touchdowns for him on the year. He's into double figures, and we're not even to the halfway point of the season yet.
Partner, doesn't it speak to how well he works with this offensive line? They know he doesn't need a giant alley to run through. He just needs a little seam. And he's so good at being patient, waiting for things to develop, and then accelerating when it does appear.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. First down, Howell to throw.
Trying to lay one up deep.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, Howell. Complete, it's Dotson.
And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
And once more, Howell back to the air. Going right back to Dotson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Terry McLaurin, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Sly is up and good
as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Throwing is Rodgers. He's going to air one out. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the...
And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
Second down, another shot for Jones.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Rodgers.
Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That one goes for 8 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Rodgers looking to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
All fans of the Washington Commanders have been holding their collective breath to see how Chase Young returns from last season's torn ACL. If we see the 2020 Rookie of the Year back on the field, everyone who likes the garnet and gold will be awfully happy.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Let's go.
To try again after the sack. Rodgers. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
And Howe will throw it.
He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Brian Poole.
And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and now here is another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.